This is Mile High.
Do I want to tell the story or do I want to show the message?
You've got a lot of work to do between Mile High.
The time has come where we can know
we have a responsibility, an ethical and moral responsibility.
We have to do it better in order to move people along.
Up, down, inside out.
If you get your mind right,
it is not. It is a receiver of thought. This love is my first technique.
it's now time for the show.
Whoa. How do you follow Christine Theodosis? I mean, seriously, right? What an incredible weekend so far. How many of you are enjoying it? Amazing, right? And don't you wish that that was your professor that you got to learn? I mean, a lot of you in the room do or have gotten to learn from her. The passion, her intellect, her heart, everything, just amazing. So I always talk about politics or research or technique or leadership, but I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room today. So what drives all of those things? What drives donating to schools, being able to come to programs like this, being able to, the philosophy is for sure what drives you, right? It's what leads you. But you need to get your financial house and your business in order to be able to do what we need to do for this profession. And I say that because it is a David and Goliath story like no other. Okay? We don't have big pharma backing us. We don't have big insurance backing us. We have us backing what we need to do. So I'm going to talk about business and how you need to get that in order so that you can donate to the things that are going to make a difference, right? And I say with the most humble heart, I'm not perfect. You're going to hear from this weekend already. Some of the best in the upper cervical world are here this weekend. Some of the best with Gonstead, with BGI, SOT, teacher spoke last night. Pediatrics, the best of the best, right? Network, spinal, you get to hear from a legend in Donnie Epstein. But what can we bring to the table? What can we bring to the table that can make a difference in this profession? And that is having our financial house in order. And you're going to hear from coaches and mentors and all of those things. But I want to, our theme this weekend is Vegas. So welcome to Las Vegas, right? The flashing lights, the jackpots, all of those things. When you think of Vegas, what do you think of? You think of risk, right? Yeah, buffets. Rolling the dice, pulling the slot handle, hoping to hit it big, right? So let me ask you this. Who's ever been to Vegas? A lot of you, right? A lot of you have been to Vegas. Who's ever lost money quicker than you had planned in Vegas? Raise your hand. Okay, some of you don't gamble, but hey, we're just having fun with this, right? So here's the truth. Your business isn't supposed to be about gambling, right? I'm going to shake some feathers talking about some of this stuff today. Too many chiropractors run their practices like they're at the blackjack table, okay? Crossing their fingers that new patients are just going to show up. But I am the best chiropractor. I know what I'm doing. I own the philosophy. Guys, I know chiropractors who are the best chiropractors who were living in a cot in their office and showering at the YMCA. The best chiropractors. Enough's enough. No more. We can't do this. We cannot do this. There are $250,000 in student loan debt. $250,000 plus. Crazy. Crazy. You have to get your financial house in order so you can pay off your student loans, so you can come to things like this, so you can donate and make a difference in the profession. I don't care who your mentor is, who you coach with, what the shiny object syndrome is that you're doing your marketing through. You got to get your financial house in order so you can pay off those student loans, so you can go on vacation, so you can buy a home, so you can pay the prices of the crazy inflation that's going on, so you can pay your staff, so you can help your kids and support your family, and tithe and donate and make a difference in the world. Right? So we have to get our financial house in order. I've mentored people for years, and I want to show you that being a gambler in your business is about you being the house. Okay? So in Vegas, say it with me, the house always wins. The house always wins. How do you win? How do you become the house? The biggest hole in our profession, and I say this from a Sherman grad on the Sherman board, who teaches technique, who loves philosophy, who all the things, who's involved with research, the biggest hole is business and money. The biggest hole is business and money, especially in this David and Goliath scenario. And I'm not saying this to sell you something. I'm not saying this to say, go work with this person, go buy this thing. I'm saying find people who you connect with who are going to help you in this area, whether it's your accountant, whether it's somebody that you have coaching for you, whether you find congruent marketing things to help you be the best version of yourself. Because guess what? Somebody used to tell me, or a mentor of mine used to say, the chiropractor should be the wealthiest doctor in your town. You should be the wealthiest doctor in your town. Not to bind for yourself. Not to bind for yourself. Not so you have the G-Wagon and the Gucci watch or the Gucci belt and you're on Instagram like, whoa, look at me. No, because you're going to make a difference. And you're going to support things and do for other people. And you're going to bless other people by your abundance. That's why you make money. And enough is enough. You know, in Vegas, the odds aren't luck, they're strategy. And in Vegas, luck is an illusion. Casinos have systems, guys. And they have statistics working in their favor. They know their numbers. We always say, for those of you in LWP, I love the numbers. Numbers love me, right? Because you have to know where you're at. And some of you are sitting there and you can't afford to be here. You cannot afford to be here. But let me tell you, 5 years from now, Scott Kelly, Mile High 7, right? He could pay for his ticket. He stayed in the Holman's basement, right? I want to see in 5 years from now that you can afford to be here. And you can afford to donate to a school. And you can afford to buy a student a meal or pay for their ticket, right? Am I perfect? No. I'm not, I'm just telling you what I'd love to see for you. Every game on that floor is designed with math in their favor on the casino floor. Blackjack, roulette, slots, they all work on percentages. Here's the reality. Success in your practice isn't about luck either. It doesn't come from hoping. Hoping sucks. Hoping sucks. It comes from building repeatable systems for the care that you deliver, for the marketing that you do, and for the team that you train. And let me give you an example. There's a chiropractor that I worked with over the years that said, well, I just hope people find me. I'm so good at what I do, I just hope people find me. His marketing was random, his team didn't have any training, and every month was unpredictable. Every single month was unpredictable. Raise your hand if you can relate. I'm raising my hand. I can relate, right? You don't need to work with us or anybody else here. And back in the day, everybody's a coach now, right? I coach, I mentor, everybody is. right? Back in the day, there were like 2 or 3 practice management companies or whatever. Now it's everywhere, right? And I'm not criticizing anybody. People need help. Find who you connect with and get some help. And also do something that's completely authentic and something that has integrity. Not the shiny object syndrome, not somebody who's going to take your money, but somebody who's actually going to help you make a difference and reach more people. When we build systems, when we have a process for new patient onboarding, for a marketing calendar, suddenly your growth becomes predictable. And hope is gambling, systems are stacking the odds. Where in your practice are you gambling right now? Is it your marketing? Is it your team? Is it your retention? So often it's retention. How long do people need chiropractic for? For 10 to 12 adjustments? 10 to 12 adjustments, the industry standard? Can you imagine if I knew I was never going to get adjusted for the rest of my life? Think about that. The energy in the room drop. Never again can you get adjusted. Never again. Okay? You're half alive. You're half alive. We have to do everything we can with every waking breath to make sure that this, what we do, can still happen in 20, 30 years from now. Hey, 5 years from now. 5 years from now. So we're going to talk about, sorry, I get so excited. We're going to put this in the digital swag bag for you. This is something that you're going to be able to use. It's a gift, okay? That you're going to be able to use, and everybody probably has stuff like this. But these all auto-populate, and it's every year you can do it. You put in new patient prospects that return to the report of findings, the percentage of the return, new patient conversions, the percentage that converted, overall office visits, overall office weekly, patient PVA, collections, all of this, re-signs, and people that discontinue, and you have a dashboard. All of you can use this. Use it. Please use it. We worked really hard on this stuff. You have to know your numbers from day one. And you know what? Sometimes it's going to suck. And you know what? Sometimes you're going to be super scared and you're going to say, oh, this is bad. This is really bad. But if you don't know, you can't make a change. And all of this stuff is super uncomfortable. It's not fun. It's not flashy. It's super uncomfortable. And it holds you accountable, and it holds your staff and your team accountable, because as much as people think that this is the frivolous, the unimportant, as long as I'm good at my technique, as long as I have my philosophy, I'm good. And that's just not the answer. It's all of the things, and this is a really big one. So let's talk about stacking the deck in your favor. When casinos design a game, they don't leave it to chance. They don't leave it to chance. They know the math. They know the odds. They stack the deck in their favor. Social media, if all of you have watched some of the documentaries on how detrimental social media is to mental health and to all of us, it is such a distraction, and I'm addicted too. We got to get off as much as we can and start living in reality and in the real world. But social media was designed with the same technology as what gets people addicted to gambling in Vegas. The same technology. In your practice, your deck, okay, is your team. And I have the best team in the world. No, you don't. Thank you to these guys for this weekend, because we could never, ever do half of what we do without these women. But your deck is your team, your communication, and your leadership. Guys, people can smell BS. If you aren't congruent and coherent, and your leadership is weak, people know it. The biggest difference in your practice is if you show up energy rich with clarity, conviction, and knowing that you know that you know that you know, and from every fiber and cell in your being, you are there for those people. Not for you, not for your pocketbook, not so you're good at your technique, not so you can sit on your high horse and think that you know everything. You're there to serve those people. And when you meet with them, and when you talk to them, and when you adjust them, there's absolute certainty, and people feel it. And if you don't, and you drop your energy, and you're not there from them, they feel it. So if there's anything that you get from this weekend, please, please, please get yourself straight before you put your hands on somebody, before you walk in the room, before you talk to someone. Because from that comes bad reviews, people dropping out of care because they don't feel seen, they don't feel heard, and they don't feel taken care of. They feel your uncertainty. They feel it. And that goes for staff too. They feel it. And they know when they can trust you, like Jody said last night. They know when they can trust you, and they know when you know that you know what you're doing. Okay? So if you've got it wrong, if you've got the wrong hire, if you've done the wrong training, if you have no mentoring, you're playing a weak deck. You're playing a weak deck. Because if you think about it like this, how you onboard your staff, all of those things, how you market, all those cards are in your deck. So I invite you, I'm going to tell you a story. Years ago, we hired the wrong person, right? How many have done that? Raise your hand. Jody said 33 times last night, right? Years ago, we hired the wrong person, and I thought, well, I hope it will work out. And what did I say about hope? Hope sucks, right? So, and hope isn't a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. Within months, it was costing us. It was costing us practice members, money, and energy. Right? So later, we decided to stack the deck differently. We intentionally hired. We trained consistently, and we mentored people. And you know what? The difference is night and day. And our practice shifted from putting out fires and being reactive to being unstoppable. And so let me ask you this. What is one area in your business right now where you need to stack the deck? Write it down. What's one area that you need to stack the deck? Because when you stack the deck, you don't leave your practice to chance. You don't leave your practice to chance. And you know, this isn't a rah-rah fest. I encourage you to take action. You know what's wrong and you know what's right in your practice. Take action. Go the extra mile. Do the hard things. It's not always pretty, but it's worth it. With focused energy and attention, when you become aware and you acknowledge and you accept where you're at, just that can propel things forward. So lesson 3, the jackpot comes from consistency. And consistency is not sexy, let me tell you. People will tell you no one will ever come into your office for correction of vertebral subluxation. No one, it's only back pain and headaches. No one's ever going to come in for vertebral subluxations. We had 2 new people this week. Why are you here? And they didn't even know about network. We do network spinal. Coherence and a healthy nervous system. More and more and more are people going to be coming into your office asking for that. Coherence and a healthy nervous system. What? Come on, that's not low back pain. Ideal client. So let's talk about jackpots. How do casinos make money? Is it the one person who hits the jackpot? No. They make money through steady, consistent margins, day in and day out, 24/7, 365 days a year. Your practice is the same. Your jackpot isn't one viral ad, although I know that sounds easy and awesome. That Instagram's gonna bring everybody in and that's all you have to do. Sorry, guys. It's not one superstar employee. Ugh. Right? And it's not one big seminar, even Mile High. It's just not. I had a doc I was working with, and he said, if I could just hit it big one time, I'd be set. So let's run this ad. He ran the ad. The ad did okay, but his real breakthrough was that he built consistent systems. He built consistency, not one big shiny object that was going to make everything better. And we all get sold that, right? Consistency is the true jackpot of business. Show up, be steady, serve with excellence, and let the compounding effect do its work. If it's not about changing people's lives, then you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong business. I'm sorry. That some of you it might be like a dagger in the heart. If you're not in it to change people's lives, you're in the wrong business. Your energy and who you show up as, and your clarity and conviction and certainty are everything. So how do you cash out at the end? Here's what I want you to remember. Your business isn't a gamble. When you're abundant, you can help more people, and you have the money to do the things that need to be done to help your family, to help your community, to make this profession better. You don't have to leave it to chance. You don't have to cross your fingers every month, wondering if the numbers are going to work out. You are the house. And when you are the house, you build strategy, you stack the deck, and you win through consistency. So go back to your practice, play like Vegas, not the tables, but as the house. Be in this game, because in this game, when you lead, when you serve, when you stay consistent, the house always wins. And that house is you. Thank you.